All right, guys. So Redbox, by the numbers, okay. What we're at right now, we have an SI on the free float on of 181%. Okay, I would not be surprised if Tuesday that goes up. The cost of borrow is anywhere between 675 on average to 926. Was on Friday. I've seen 951 on this. I want to say Monday, but don't quote me on that. 926%. Okay, and free float on loan short 181%. That means for every one share there is, they've sold nearly two. Okay, and no, this isn't normal, and no, this shouldn't be happening, but it did, and it has, and this is where we're at. And this is why we are actually going to be the MOAS. I know you're diehard AMC, you're diehard fucking GameStop. Power to you. Unfortunately, it's mathematically you're just wrong, and it's numbers and math. So, and what I say by that is a large portion of your thesis has all been technicals. If it was fundamentals, you wouldn't be in AMC because they haven't posted a profitable quarter in over 3 years. Nice guy, maybe. I'm not sure. I've been up and down with him, but sadly, still record profits, record attendance, blockbusters, 11% across the board increase in prices, getting rid of theaters that don't make any money, adding some of the best theaters in the country. Nothing he has done has made them post a profitable quarter. So by the fundamentals, it's a bad investment. GameStop was on the verge of bankruptcy. They've pivoted. They're debt-free. They're in a lot better position to do something. Unfortunately, their retail sales are still bad. They're not very good. They make a lot of money on systems, and because of that, because of the lack of PlayStation 5s, it's actually hurt them the last quarter. So hopefully this NFT thing for them goes in the right direction. But as we all know, NFTs have been down like 90%. Over the last year, so who knows what's the deal there? But I mean, they don't have debt, so they've got a lot of time to figure things out. AMC, on the other hand, is losing about 200 million a quarter, and needs to do something about that, and right quick. I generally feel AA needs to be drop shipping merch. Every fucking Twitch person on planet Earth, Instagrammers, YouTubers, they drop ship merch. AA was asked about this and said, "Well, we don't have anywhere to sell it and store it." And this, he lives under a rock. No one in his elite executive crew has come across the idea of drop shipping merch, giving the person or company a small percentage of the proceeds, and doing all of the work, hosting the website, having all of the inventory, doing pretty much everything, and then just profiting. So, Breadbox, okay, by the numbers for the technicals, is the MOAS. You can't beat it. 1.95 million shares free float, CTB and SI. Numbers unseen anywhere. And to reiterate that fact is, in the last 12 years, okay, 12 years, Redbox is the 17th company to have an SI over 100%. 17th in 12 years out of tens of thousands of companies and tickers listed on this exchanges, okay? The last company was GameStop, January of 2021, 15 months ago. In 15 months, there has not been any company to come close to GameStop in terms of SI. And on January 27th, when they were 140%, their cost to borrow, 30%, okay? Historically, they are single-digit cost to borrow. AMC was as low as 0 just a couple weeks ago. Right now, it's up. I think it's 9%, up from 2.5%, which is incredible for them because that's, like I said, traditionally they're 0. They don't cost anything to short, which is part of the problem. Is there's no pressure to pay. If I can loan you money at 0%, do you feel pressure to pay me back? No, you'll just pay your fee and you'll never pay me back because it's 0%. So right now they're approaching 9%, and GameStop as well. So again, nowhere near 926%. Credit card is 20%. Cash advance is 22.99. Payday loan is 300, and payday loans, they tried to regulate them away because they're considered predatory at 300%. This is 921% with an average around 700%, okay? You've never seen these numbers before, and the float is 36 times smaller than GameStop, which is 72.1 million, and it's 236 times smaller than AMC, which is 513 million. AMC maxed out every share imaginable and put them to market. Let's talk about that. Who did all of the AMC shares to the market? Who was behind the at the market offerings? Little company called B. Riley Investments. Citadel owns 75% of B. Riley Investments. So in June they did 750 million at the money offering through AMC. Fucked up the June squeeze. They did one in March. They did one in January. That's when the first squeeze was, and then they turned off the buy button. So they fucked you in June. They fucked you in January. They fucked you in March, and they fucked you in 2020 twice. As well, and it's all on their investments page. You just type B. Riley Investments into Google, go to their website, go to recent investments. You scroll down, you'll see Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment. Before that, you'll see all the AMC. Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment is who's supposed to be buying us. What do they own? Stock? No. $12 million in warrants. 11.9 million warrants. A warrant is a YOLO gamble. It's a long-term option. That they can exercise. So Citadel, who owns them, Citadel is responsible for shorting AMC, Redbox, among others, almost into bankruptcy, and then they hide behind B. Riley. So you think B. Riley, it's really Citadel. So Citadel does all the downwards pressure shorting, and B. Riley buys puts or short positions against AMC, and in the case of Redbox, buys calls or warrants, right? Positive, and gives buy ratings on CSSE while giving sell ratings on Redbox. Okay, if that's not conflict of interest and fraud and stock manipulation and price manipulation, I don't know what is. So when it comes to downgrades, from fucking randos, I would not be investing based on that. Based on articles through Benzinga, Seeking Alpha, Motley Fool, Market Watch, all of the normal op-ed, ad-driven, totally biased article companies. I mean, that's not news. Some random giving us a downgrade and if you look up the guy from B. Riley who gave us a downgrade, he's averaging 43% in his calls. So he's not even over 50% in his shot calls. And again, they stand to lose $12 million, which is a third of the market cap of Redbox. They could have just bought Redbox essentially, and instead they said, you know what, we'll bankrupt fucking Redbox and then we'll buy it for 8 cents a dollar. Meanwhile, we'll buy warrants over at CSSE. Those will go insanely they'll go through the roof. So we'll get a company for nothing and we'll make a shitload on our warrants. We're double dipping. And you've been caught. And that took me literally 1 minute to find out. Now, another thing that other YouTubers don't seem to recognize is pivoting. AMC is trying to transition. They're trying to buy distressed companies like Highcroft, that other fucking company that was just a bad investment, I think. I don't know what he was doing. INYM, or I don't even know what the hell it's called because I don't even follow it because it wasn't good. And, like I mentioned with the theaters and all that stuff. GameStop's getting in NFTs. Redbox has beat Netflix to the punch on AVOD, okay? AVOD is ad-based video streaming on demand. And movies on demand, okay? So Redbox has stated they want you as a client to get rid of your cable box. Right now, Netflix is down like 40% on the year, pretty much. because no one can afford Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, Prime, HBO, YouTube Premium, and on, and cable, and high speed internet, and a cell phone or multiple cell phones for their family, and data, and maybe roaming charges, and maybe they have some video game subscriptions. Maybe they have PS Plus, maybe they have Xbox Live or whatever it's called Plus. No one can afford 55 fucking subscriptions, okay? You know, so they're canceling. So they're finally buckling over at Netflix to do a free ad-based streaming, where it'll be their normal content, but there'll be ads, so you can get it for free as long as you see the ads, and people will buy the ads, and that's how they'll make their revenue that way. Redbox has already beaten them to that. So on the fundamental side, that's your kind of your long-term outlook on them, and they said that with their market research, they intend to make around $400 million a year on the ad-based streaming, not just on DVDs. I thought I used to call it shitbox because I was like, fucking DVDs, right? But a little known fact is pretty much every household in America still has DVD players, and a large portion of people still buy the DVDs and rent the DVDs. And it's mostly from their gaming systems, so PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, right? That's not a physical DVD player, it's the systems, and then they just use those to watch. And some people like the collectability still of those, okay? Not me, but other people, okay? So that's them on a fundamental side, and then you've got some people saying, like, there's questions about the warrants, okay? Warrants, can't they dilute us if we go up to 11 or 1150 rather, because that's what the warrants were for? And the answer is no. It's on their 10Q filing from May 13th that the warrants are essentially locked and will auto-vest when the merger happens, which, if it even will happen at this point. They auto-vest, so basically they're just trading now. You can buy and sell them freely, and then the day of the merger, they'll be converted if the price is $11.50 or higher, 1 for 1, and then you'll get your CSSE, which is 8 cents on the dollar. It's a garbage deal that no one's going to go for. The CEO came out just a few days ago, and he bought a World War II movie. That's not news, okay? It's a streaming company, a DVD company. They wouldn't tell you every movie they acquired. The whole point of it is he knows he can't come out and say, fuck these shorts. He can't do it. Just like AA can't say, I know there's 2 billion synthetics on AMC. They can't do it. And Ryan Cohen has to do fucking cryptic-ass tweets, because they're not allowed to just come out and say shit as CEOs, okay? So he buys this World War II movie, and then his quote is something to the effect of, this is tumultuous times where we can all, people who have seemingly nothing in common, can come together and overcome insurmountable odds. That's what he's saying. And then he press releases it to shitty ass Benzinga, because he knows they'll fucking print that and they'll run with it, which is genius, because fuck them. All they did was they put out like 700 hit pieces on AMC during the last year. So they're garbage, but they can also be manipulated to our advantage too. So I just wanted to throw that out, that our CEO is fully aware of what's happening, and he's basically crying out to you and saying, like, you can get it. You just got to get in it. Now, again, circling back to this MOAS thing, okay? We have 1.95 million shares, okay? We do not need an ape army. We don't have 513 million shares, plus God knows how many synthetics. We have 1.95 million shares. That means 19,500 people need to have 100 shares. I have thousands. Other people have showed me that. Some dude showed me he had 30,000 something shares. Another person had over 20,000 shares. So if he has 33,000 shares, that means he represents 330 people holding 100 shares. I represent 80 people holding 1,000 or 100 shares. Someone else represents 230 people holding 100 shares. We don't need this massive ape army to squeeze like they do, okay? It would be amazing if we could get it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I do think a lot of people are waking the fuck up. A lot of BBIG, BB bag holders are probably coming over. Ader, same thing. Mullen, oh man, that's a scam. Kodak, fucking Indo, Husa, DWAC, Gree, Spirit, the list goes on, okay? There's eyes on this who love squeeze plays, okay? So, since our float is 195 and AMC's is 513, that means that for every one of us, you'd have to have 200. Sorry, let me rephrase this. For every 263 AMC apes, we only need one person. And GameStop is 71.2 million to our 1.95. For every 36 people in GameStop, you need one person. One person in Redbox. So just to compare it to AMC, 263 people in that stock represents one person in our stock. Our army will be as strong with way less people. It's a micro float squeeze, something the hedge funds never anticipated anyone to rally behind. They anticipated you to blindly call it a dumb DVD company, do no due diligence whatsoever, do not find out that fucking Citadel and B. Riley were trying to short the shit out of it while putting out hit pieces and then buying up chicken soup. And that took about fucking 5 minutes for me to do. And I'm just a regular Joe, okay? Well, I mean, I've been in the stocks for 15 years, but only in the last 2 years did I really get super serious about it. So, what did I miss? Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything, but if I did, I'll try to follow some of the comments and address what I may or may not have missed. But again, you can just click on me on StockTwits AM Club and see the DD that I post if you want to have visuals, okay? Other than that, this is just going to be the format I'm going to run down. And yeah, cheers.